Most of you probably know that Oda has written a few short stories before One Piece, and the main characters of these stories have many parallels with the Straw Hats. These were Oda's earlier ideas, so why not use them in One Piece? But did you know that these stories give us hints about Zoro's final opponent as well? Who will be Zoro's last opponent, and how will he become the strongest swordsman in the world? I made a poll in the community chat, and here are the results. Many people think that Zoro's final opponent will be either Shiryu, Mihawk, or Saint Nejuro, but I believe that all three are far from the truth, and I will explain why. Let's start with Shiryu. Shiryu of the Rain is one of the 10 titanic captains of the Blackbeard Pirates. He is one of the strongest and most dangerous pirates in the entire One Piece world. It's even said that he is as strong as Magellan, who was unstoppable before the time skip. 2 years have passed, and Shiryu has become even stronger after eating the Suke no Mi, a devil fruit that grants him the power to turn himself invisible. As I said, he is really strong, and his devil fruit would be a good test for Zoro's observation haki, but I think Zoro needs someone stronger. He has already defeated King, another right-hand man of a Yonko. Another stronger option is Mihawk. Mihawk is currently the strongest swordsman in the world, and defeating him means achieving Zoro's dream, but why would Zoro and Mihawk fight? As we all know, Zoro trained with Mihawk during the time skip. Based on their mutual respect for each other, I find it hard to believe that Zoro's ultimate dream of becoming the greatest swordsman will be achieved by defeating Mihawk directly. The two could potentially duel non-lethally, but I do not think this would have the same emotional impact. Instead, Zoro may achieve his dream of becoming the world's greatest swordsman through some other form of greatness. Hopefully, we'll get to see Mihawk go all out against someone before the end, but a totally pointless one-on-one with his own pupil wouldn't be it. Oda wouldn't let it happen. The last option is Nejuro. We don't know much about Gorosei and their powers, but we can assume that they are very strong, and there are a few logical arguments to support this claim. First of all, they hold the highest position in the world after Imu, so they must be strong. Additionally, Saturn is at Egghead Island on a serious mission. If he were weak, why would he leave Mary Joey's? His name is Saturn, and we know that ancient weapons are named after other planets. It would be weird if they were weak despite all these reasons. Nejuro might not also be a swordsman. Maybe he uses his sword like Law. Unlike Shiryu and Mihawk, I see some logic in this fight, but I still don't think it'll happen because this new option makes way more sense. And the new option is the leader of the Gods Knights, Figarland Garling. Saint Figarland Garling is a world noble of the Figarland family and supreme commander of the Gods Knights, of whom he is the first to be introduced. He is known as a champion on God Valley. Despite the fact that we know very little about him, it's still enough to predict that Zoro's final opponent will be Garling. There are hints for this, so let's start. Number 1, as I mentioned at the start of the video, there are parallels between One Piece and Oda's other short stories. The first story is named Wanted, which already exhibits a parallel with bounties. The main character bears a resemblance to Luffy, and he is a sniper, possibly referencing Usopp as well. We can also see a parallel to Devil Fruits. The second story is titled God's Gift for the Future. The main character is a burglar, a reference to Nami. In another story, Monsters, there's a samurai who bears similarities to both Luffy and Zoro. This character is constantly hungry and possesses the soul of the world's greatest warrior. While we don't have much information on this topic, it may be the earliest idea of Nika, as Luffy also carries Joy Boy's soul. This samurai engages in a battle against a knight swordsman and later defeats a dragon. Oda revealed that the story revolves around his desire to draw a scene where a dragon is defeated in a double-page spread. We had a similar scene at Punk Hazard as well. Oda also expressed his wish to draw a clash between a samurai and a noble knight. A noble, a knight, a swordsman. Figarland Garling possesses all the criteria for this. So, if Oda drew a samurai slaying a dragon in One Piece, I am sure we will witness the battle between Zoro and Figarland as well. Number 2, it seems that the Gods Knights are like an advanced version of CP9, and we might see an Enies Lobby Part 2 with even more amazing fights. CP9 did appear in chapter 1083, similar to the God Knights, but they did not do anything. Also, currently Zoro is fighting against Lucci, the leader of CP9. I wonder if this is a bit of hidden foreshadowing of the Gods Knights' role in One Piece. The Gods Knights are a group in the world government's employ operating in Mary Joey's. According to Fleet Admiral Sakazuki, they are above the Marines. They must be very strong if only 9 people are enough to protect, control, and manage disagreements between world nobles. Oda has stated that the final war in One Piece will make Marineford look like nothing in comparison. This war is likely to involve pirates, revolutionaries, revolutionaries and the world government, and all the main strong characters will have a role to play. Characters like Luffy, Dragon, Shanks, Rayleigh, and others will likely fight against formidable foes like Akainu, Kizaru, Imu, and the Gorosei. Zoro and Sanji are also monsters and could potentially have a good fight against the Gorosei. But what about the Straw Hats, Chopper, Nami, and Usopp? This is where the Gods Knights come in. Garling is a swordsman, and without Luffy, Zoro is the Straw Hats leader. The battle will be 9 Straw Hats versus 9 Knights. As I said, Luffy will probably fight someone stronger. The difference between Lucci and Khalifa in power level is huge. I believe the Gods Knights have a similar structure, so all the Straw Hats will get formidable opponents that they will defeat with high difficulty. Number 3. Zoro is one of the few people who have tried to attack a celestial dragon. Other characters are Luffy, Sabo, and Revolutionary Army commanders. All of these characters will fight against the world government in the final war. So, who will be Zoro's opponent? There are only 2 options, Garling and Najuro. From what we have seen, Garling seems to be the more likely candidate. Garling was a champion on God Valley, and this place was full of the strongest characters: Rox D, Zebek, Roger, Garp, Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, and more. And he earned the nickname of Champion in this battle. Garling could even fight and damage Prime Whitebeard. When Shanks and Whitebeard met in chapter 434, Whitebeard mentioned that the wound he got from that guy aches whenever he looks at Shanks' face, and we all know theories about Shanks being Garling's son. It's not even a theory anymore, it's nearly confirmed already. For those who may not be familiar with the theory, it goes something like this. In film Red, there have been indications that suggest Shanks and Uta may be part of the Figarland family as well. Notably, Shanks was found on God Valley as an infant during the God Valley incident, and Garling was formerly a champion of God Valley. Shanks being a celestial dragon would also explain how he was able to travel to Marijoa and meet the 5 elders and so on. Garling is old now, and maybe he is not as strong as he was back at God Valley, but I am sure he will still be a very dangerous opponent for Zoro. I also believe that he is a Devil Fruit user. When we take a look at some One Piece characters, it's clear that they are Devil Fruit users. For example, Brook, Treble, Gecko Moria, Tamago, Buffalo, and more. Non-Devil Fruit users, especially swordsmen, Mihawk, Vista, Zoro, Shanks, look more human. Garling's appearance and his hairstyle make me think that he is a Devil Fruit user. When the Gods Knights were revealed, there was a Devil Fruit pattern in the background, so all of them may be Devil Fruit users. Another noticeable thing is that when the Straw Hats fight 9 versus 9, Zoro always fights Devil Fruit users. He fought Mr. 1 in Alabasta, Kaku at Eni's Lobby, Pika in Dressrosa, and King in Wano. His other opponents were Devil Fruit users as well: Enel, Kuma, Fujitora, and currently Lucci. An interesting fact is that Don Flamingo still has ties to the Celestial Dragons, and he used to be one. On many occasions, he has made it a point to mention the inevitable assassins who would be sent from above. The Celestial Dragons have been showing interest in Daffy because of the knowledge he possesses and had granted him a position as warlord, so he would be free while still under their control and under their watchful eyes. Now that Daffy has been captured, the world government can no longer risk having him expose their secrets to the world as his final effort to cause chaos. They also can't just release him after everything he caused in Dressrosa without gaining the suspicion of the Marines in the world. So their only option left to secure their secrets is to kill Daffy while he lays vulnerable and trapped in Impel Down. Is the person Don Flamingo was talking about Figarland Garling? Since he's the only one who can judge the Celestial Dragons. I don't think Don Flamingo will die like that, but if Garling kills him, it would be a good show of his skills and personality for the upcoming battle against Zoro. Defeating Garling will be a huge feat for Zoro, and if you wonder how he will become the greatest swordsman in the world, you can watch this video right here. Thanks for watching.